Oh, there we go. Good morning, everyone. This is Jill Raven Stevenson on my channel here, Juniper Sage. And it's another beautiful early summer day. Just got back from a sweet walk with my little four-legged companions. And I want to kind of draw our time together this week around awareness and peace through awareness, with another little visualization and interaction with your imagination, which really is the doorway to all possibilities. And I kind of want to kind of bird walk back a little bit and to tell you where this ending piece is coming from. So I just spent last Saturday 24 hours doing a painting jam with I think there must have been 500 people around the globe. And it was really dedicated towards, what is opening for us during that summer solstice energy. And it was very powerful. And the way that they set it up was they had 12 women come in, and they each had 2 hours to share with us an archetype or an aspect of the feminine. So from the portal of the feminine all the way through till the crone of the woman. And one of the pieces that we worked with was the warrior. And what we were kind of tasked with is when each one of these aspects of the woman came forward, where did we tighten? Where was it triggered? Where did we back away from? What aspects did we back away from? And I was super surprised at the one that triggered me, which was the warrior. And I think I've been in this process of helping my inner warrior kind of elevate herself or level up. I love that word, level up. Kind of to that next ascended creation of that part of me, the identity of that part of me, the expression of that part of me, that relationship to that part of me, its role in my life. And so I was really surprised, because it is something that in the past has served me in such a way of protection. And when I got kind of triggered by it, I was like, what am I triggered by? And it really had to do with the elements that she was bringing forward that symbolized for her the warrior, the inner warrior, like the sword, the shield. And I was like, that's just not it for me. And I could feel this little tightness in my solar plex. And I was like, what is it for me that is my symbol of the warrior right now? And it was a comb. Like a comb, like this golden comb. And when I at first my being was surprised, and then I went into, okay, let's receive that from my own guidance. And I realized the comb was helping me untangle energy, untangle from maybe causes that aren't mine. Untangle from relationships that I either want to control or I'm tangled up in. And that all of that entanglement drains our energy. It also limits our potential, because we only have one vessel, and in that vessel, while we have infinite amount of resources, the output of that is very limited. Right? We can't do everything at once. We can do a lot of things, but not everything at once. So if there's energy being tied up, we maybe don't have the energy to fully manifest an aspect of our dream. And yesterday we worked with the ocean to kind of open up that vestibule of what's possible during this new moon energy. And the day before that, we were working with how do we find places within us that are tight, that inner awareness, having that moment, and using peace to kind of relax into it. So today, to end our time with working with peace through awareness, we're going to use this comb. And in using the comb, maybe for you, it will turn into something else at the end of the meditation. I'm going to sneeze. I usually do it in threes. Oh, only two today. There's all the pollen in the air. So in that, we're going to have to catch my thought again, my thread of my thought. It might turn into something that is more relational to you. So I just invite you to kind of just play along as if it's a story and you're an interactive part of the story. And then if it remains a comb at the end, beautiful. But if it transforms into something, then I invite you to investigate that, along the way as in the weeks ahead. All right. So we're also going to use the golden light today. So we've used kind of that energy of peace, that energy of love, and now we're going to play with and receive the energy of golden light, to see how that feels different and what our experience is with that. So remember, remaining curious, observant, staying at the level of connection to what I'm offering that feels comfortable for you in this moment in time. So you don't need anything other than just your imagination today, maybe a little cup of tea or a little blanket if you need. A quiet little space for probably the next 10 minutes about. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's take a nice cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, we're using that gift of gravity this week and just letting that gravity kind of settle in. Like already I can kind of feel like my shoulders are dropping. There's been a lot of release the last couple of days. I think doing these meditations have been helping. And just like letting go of relationships that are complete for me. Letting go of activities that are complete for me, ideas that have served their purpose. So it's been very interesting, a lot of shedding around this new moon energy. And I think it's creating that pathway for me to come home to myself just a little bit more. So we're going to kind of feel that as if we're going to call all the energy back from yesterday, the day before, last week, maybe even last year. And kind of feel your back open up as if it's coming back to you. And it's all your warm, yummy energy. And then taking a moment and feeling like, is there anything that's trying to pull you forward in this moment? We talked about that yesterday, kind of that active part. So I have a little bit in my hips, but my feet are more relaxed today. So just kind of taking that inventory. And then inviting it to just settle back into your body. So you can just be fully present with yourself. Fully present with your breath. Moving in and moving out. I'm going to use a gift that we used last week, which is this, imagine that there's this beautiful feather that kind of drifts its way down all the way into your body. So it kind of starts up here, kind of gently drifts as if it's bringing in all of your thoughts to kind of ground the base of your spine. And then just feeling the feet on the ground, or if you're laying on the ground, or laying prone, just feeling the weight of the earth, just inviting you to accept her support. And accepting her support, watch energy that wants to come out, things that you feel that you're responsible for supporting. And really, the only support you have is your own being. The only thing you need to take care of in this moment is just yourself. Even if we can give ourselves 5 minutes a day just attending to ourselves, that's a beginning step. 5 minutes a day, if we're a new mom, that's a healthy pattern. Just letting yourself have these 5 minutes, 10 minutes self-care. Now we're just going to kind of do a body scan, kind of feel if there's any tension anywhere. Just invite it to relax. And as this is part 3, so in part 2 we found what part of our body was unfurling to either ground, expand, reveal, create something in our lives. So for me yesterday, it was the connection to more joy, to create more joy in my life. So we're going to just allow that to unfurl again. So for me, it's in my hip. It's interesting because it's still kind of locked up a little bit, even though yesterday I could release it. So I was just like, oh, that's interesting, right? And wherever that space is within you, right? I'm gonna imagine a beautiful golden light coming first around you, as if you're in this beautiful egg of golden light. And that you're going to offer this space that's opened up for you yesterday, love, healing, compassion. For me, it feels like even offering it forgiveness, like, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention, like that kind of thing, right? And then allowing that gift of water to come in and kind of wash over that space as if it's either blessing it or smoothing it out. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to that beautiful beach. And we're going to kind of be out in front of us. So the beach is lit up by the full moon. So letting that transfer into the full moon. That sky. And as you're sitting in the sand, and you can feel the graces of the ocean just blessing your feet, that beautiful gift you received yesterday. And then kind of notice in the ground, in the sand, there's a comb. A comb can be made out of anything. Wood, light, metal, gold. For me, it's made out of bone. And specifically, a bone from a seal. And just kind of see how these two gifts kind of work together. So for me, I had that little shell, and I see at the top of the comb, that little shell goes right there. So again, just kind of play like you're creating this story with me. Creating this interaction with what's being offered as a supportive, loving, unconditional energy. Then you're going to take this comb, and just like when you take it, you are the gentle mother. You are the gentle great mother. And you can feel inside of you this little being. You Could be your inner child, your maiden self. Maybe it's your mother self. Maybe it's the elder. Maybe it's the adolescent part of yourself. It's kind of holding on to some energy. Entangled in something, entangled in a feeling, entangled in a thought or a belief, entangled in a relation to something outside of her. And then taking your comb, and just like you're going to gently begin the process of untangling. And just what would it feel like to be untangled? What would it feel like to kind of smooth out the energy? And let yourself experience this for just a minute, and I'm going to be very quiet. And then allow yourself to feel the energy that gave you that comb, that provided it for you at the beach. Now, it could be the ocean herself. We could dip into the mythical part of the ocean. It could be a mermaid. It could be one of the magical creatures of the ocean. I was trying to think of the name of the little being that turns from seal skin to human. She has her seal skin. So whatever that is in front of you, it could be an actual animal, could be the earth herself. Like, just feel that energy in front of you. And the loving delight in your acceptance of this gift of the comb, and her loving messages. For me, she's like, it's okay to honor my feelings. So for me, my inner warrior always kind of had to be on guard and protect things even when I was a little girl. And so she's giving me this permission to allow myself to feel those feelings. So what's happening for you? And then in that, allow the comb to either stay a comb or move, or anything that shifts that gives that reflection that it's yours. And then allow yourself to have a moment of gratitude. So for me, I have lots of little jewels, and it turned into one of those combs, like kind of like what Kuan Yin wears. I just realized, like, attending to myself with compassion, right? Like, this combing is me being very compassionate with myself, so I can use this comb for whatever feels good amount of time, and know that it's there. So what does the comb transform for you? And have your moment of gratitude. For me, I want to put rose petals down at the ocean. Like, what would feel good to you? And then just let yourself relax again in the moment. And know again that the reason we have the full moon out in front of us is it's the moon that's guiding us forward through this portal of the new moon. All right, you guys. Thank you. Many blessings. Next week, we're going to spend a little time working with one of my favorite tools, Oracle cards. So we'll have a little moment of working with Oracle cards next week. And I look forward to continuing to share with each of you. All right, many blessings.